So a lot of the time I work with bees, you'll notice I don't wear a veil, and sometimes I don't even smoke the bees. It just depends on the time of day and what the bees are up to. And it's important that you understand why. So bees are just like any other animal. Bees have a temperament, a mood, an attitude, and that attitude is different. Every hive is different. Even the time of day can be different, and most certainly the time of the year. Their behavior is very, very, very different. So I would never be standing in front of a hive like this without a veil and no smoke in October. That would just be, they just light me up. They're so grumpy in the fall, and in the winter, they would just not have it. They're just like any other animal. You know, like when I was growing up, we had animals on our farm. We had like cattle and horses, and yeah, just like any other animal. Sometimes, you know, you got horses that are super friendly, and other times you got horses that are just total jerks. And bees are no different. Depending on the hive and their genetics, they can be very aggressive. They can be very, very, they're not really docile. I mean, they act docile and friendly, but the reality is they're just super focused, hyper focused on their job. So these bees right here behind me are much more interested in performing their tasks and their jobs than they are about defending the hive. They're not concerned about me. There's too much to do out here in the world today than to worry about me. But if you move into the fall or the winter, they get angry because there's a lot of bees sitting around doing nothing because there's no food to forage. And so any kind of attempt to work the hive or stand next to the hive usually will get an aggressive response. There's a lot of bees not doing anything, and they might as well defend the hive. But right now, they're very, very docile and really just interested in, like I said, the daily operations of the hive, and not interested in me at all. So every hive is different, but bees can be very gentle, very easy to work, and not likely to sting at all. Whereas some hives are different. Some hives are very aggressive. So never approach a hive unless you know it. And even then, approach a hive cautiously. I always bring a veil with me, so if they're aggressive, I'll just put the veil on. But otherwise, this time of year, bees are really easy to work, and they just don't. It's a lot easier also to work without a veil because, man, it's hot today. It is so darn hot. Anyway, wanted to let you know that, you know, not all bees are the same. Their activity is very different, and as a result, a beekeeper can protect themselves more or less depending on the hive that they're working with.